Welcome back to Impulse Plays. I'm Crazy Carl Winter, and I've got two guests with me for the semifinals of the Parlor City Pre-Modern Pandemonium that we held here in Binghamton, New York, a few weeks ago, where we raised over $1,300 to the Food Bank of the Southern Tier. I've got Chris, the Enchantress Master, aka Ten Arms. How you doing, Chris?
I'm great. Happy to be here. This is exciting. I always love
Yeah,
watching Enchantress content.
I'm here for it. Yeah, and then I've also got Galen, who I've dubbed the Combo Master of Pre-Modern. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing great. I feel humble in your presence, but thanks for the shout out.
There's not much to be humbled by. But so we got two sweet decks today. We've got me playing classic Feb, and then our buddy Josh playing Enchantress. So let's look at this Enchantress list real quick. And Chris took some notes because he is awesome. And you noted this is a little bit different than Rich Shea's LobsCon winning list, correct?
Yeah, the core is the same, and there's really just like one card difference in the main
Mm-hmm.
and a few cards different in the sideboard. But I think these are pretty defensible choices. So in Josh's list, he has taken out the one of Sylvan Library to add an additional copy of Swords to Plowshares. So he's up to three Swords to Plowshares in the main. Which is, it's interesting because, in the Enchantress Discord before LobsterCon, we were all hemming and hawing and agonizing over whether like two or three would be good, and Rich eventually settled on two in the main. Some of us were like, you should play four, you should play three, and so I think these are all very defensible choices regardless of what you're doing, as long as you've got the main engine intact, which
Right.
everything else is there. In the sideboard, the Swords to Plowshares that was in the sideboard, that is out now because that got moved to the main by taking out the Sylvan.
Mm-hmm.
There's also two Carpet of Flowers instead of Rich's three, and there's also one Sacred Ground instead of Rich's two. And to fill those three slots, Josh has added three copies of Sabo's Web. And this is something that's really interesting, that we also have talked about a lot in the Enchantress Discord, about whether you want to have multiple copies of Sacred Ground or Sabo's Web. What's the mix? Should you have Karmic Justice in there?
Mm-hmm.
And in this scenario, I'm looking at Josh's list, and I'm thinking, okay, he's probably looking at this as, I can tutor up my Sacred Ground, and I can protect it really easily with one of my three Sterling Groves.
Mm-hmm.
So I can probably cut this down to one, and Sabo's Web impacts way more matches.
Yeah.
The first one is almost always getting dealt with, either countered or discarded or blown up with some kind of disenchant effect. So you
Mm-hmm.
want multiples. Most of us play two, but Josh is playing three, and that's something that I haven't tested a lot myself, but I think is absolutely totally defensible because the card is just super good, especially because of the Oath spec list that has gotten popular with. Rashad Import is just one of those cards that will just win a game against Enchantress by itself under the right conditions.
Right.
So I like the three Sabos webs here.
Yeah. Awesome. And in the combo Discord, we don't hem and haw about card choices at all. It's just you just run what there is, and that's it, right? So
You just play the best list. Why would you play anything else?
exactly. So yeah, Josh's list
And
seems pretty
everybody
sweet.
agrees on the best list,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. No, there's no
There's
disagreement
no.
at all, not at all. So speaking of which, we have my classic Feb list, which has got no Hermit Druids in it, but it's playing Intuitions to go and get things like Cabal Therapy and Survival of the Fittest. Galen, what do you think about this versus the Hermit list?
I mean, I've said this before, but classic Fab being the no hermit Fab, classic because it existed before the hermits got added, is my secret love. Um, I think that there's very good reasons to play hermit. It adds a lot of power and velocity to the deck, but the game plan that classic Fab is positioned to play this um, very archetypal combo control
Mm-hmm.
sort of game plan it's just beautiful. And the list is your list, like many classic Feb lists, is just it's so elegant because every single card in the deck is almost always, with few exceptions, a good draw in most
Yeah.
situations. Um, very few clunky draws. just elegant, streamlined. You lose the ability to win on turn 3 or turn 4 quite as often.
Yeah.
But what you gain is just this very balanced balanced game plan that is well positioned against a lot of the format.
Yeah. So before we start, what do you guys think is favored here, Feb or Enchantress? I think it's pretty even, having known how the matchup goes or how this match specifically goes. But it feels pretty even to me. I don't know what you guys think.
I think it's pretty even. I mean, I'm probably a little biased. I think that I think it probably depends on the play. I think that
Mm-hmm.
if Feb is on the play, I think it's favored, and if Enchantress is on the play, um, I think it is, in my experience, very even. So I guess that makes it like, I guess in my biased opinion, as somebody who plays Feb a lot, I think that it probably slightly favors the Fed player, only because I think that they're better positioned to capitalize on being on the play just ever so slightly than
Yeah.
the Enchantress is.
Chris, what do you think?
I'm sure Chris disagrees.
I think I played this matchup several times. I don't have my notes handy, but I think I've either never lost to it or only lost to it one
Yeah.
time. And I think the way that you lose this match as the Enchantress player is one of three ways, or a combination of those ways. One, you get your engine pieces completely stripped out of your hand before you can play them through Duress, Cabal Therapy, and Mesmeric Fiend. Two, they get a survival of the fittest out unchecked and you don't stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually they're just going to get to a point where even if you have a full waiver removal,
It's
you
just
know what I
inevitable,
mean?
right? Yeah.
They're just gonna like set everything up and just kill you in one shot. And then the I would say the third way that is probably most common is that you just end up with you end up letting the game go too long. And even if they don't have survival, they just get to a point where they
Mm-hmm.
can just play a shapeshifter and then have enough mana to discard in response to any removal and combo you out naturally.
Right. Right.
So that's like a really rare scenario, but it can happen with, like, through variants. But I
Yeah.
think the most common ways are strip an engine piece and then just make a mad dash for the finish line with
Right.
survival of the fizz and just like go as quickly as possible. Like, speed is a potential weakness for Enchantress, and if you can make them stumble, you can capitalize on that.
Mm-hmm.
But like survival is, like, in my opinion, like what this matchup comes
Oh
down
yeah.
to is just
Big
containing
agree.
survival or not, you know?
Big agree. Well, let's see if Josh can contain my survivals and if I can strip away those engine pieces. So we've got Josh on the right playing Enchantress. He starts off with a Windswept Heath for presumably a forest. And I'm on the left with Classic Feb. I've got a double survival hand, it looks like, with some lands and a Duress, which I can't ask for much more than that, I don't think. So
You're on
Chris,
the draw
Good
here.
opening.
yeah, I'm on the draw. Yeah. So Chris, do you think the exploration or wild growth is better than the Muri's Guile on turn one, or vice versa?
I didn't see what else was in Josh's hand, so I think um, one thing that can happen is if you don't play the Guile,
Mm-hmm.
and you have, like, let's say you have Guile and Enchantress, you can open yourself up to getting Guile, and you can end up getting like the Enchantress like ripped out, and
Right.
then maybe you don't have anything after that. Most of the time, I think people are gonna name Enchantress
Yeah, that's
with
what I did. I
a
named
Cabal
Darker at the
Therapy,
end
but
there. Yeah. Yep. Makes sense. But I whiffed. Josh has. This is a fairly weak hand out of Josh, I think.
yeah, I mean, it has two Guiles though, and there's a shuffle effect,
That's true.
so
Yeah.
I like that's like a totally reasonable keep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Josh knew what you were on, but
Everybody knows what I'm on all the
If you knew
time.
what you were on, then I like this keeping
Oh, he's got a seal cleansing. Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
can't you can't afford to mulligan to the combo pieces against a discard deck. You end up
Right.
you just get put too far behind. So I really like his, I think it's a disciplined keep
Big, yeah, big. Ooh, I hit a
on
parallax
Josh's.
wave with the Mesmeric Fiend. That's a pretty big hit.
Hitting wave is nice, and Josh still has the 3 Swords to Plowshares in here, so he can always get it back if he draws into it. I mean, Guile plus fetch lands is such an underrated engine. Even, I mean, it's I feel like it's been a major part of making the deck more consistent. And
Yeah.
right now, Josh is just kind of chilling. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really need to play the guile. Like he can play the guile and then like look, fetch, and then look again if he wants to. But
Mm-hmm.
looks like he's playing exploration and he's just holding the guile.
So, Chris, can you explain what
Okay.
Mirror's Guile does for the newer players that are new to the format?
Yep, it's basically a Sensei's Dividing Chop activation on your upkeep that's hands-free. So you just
Mm-hmm.
look at the top 3 cards and you rearrange them in any order. If you have multiple guiles, you get a rearrange for each guile, which means you can do things like crack a Sterling Grove or fetch a land or cast Enlightened Tutor in between those to reset the
Definitely.
top of your library and get 3 new looks.
Yeah, no, super strong card. I remember talking with Rich Shea months ago, before, like, when he was thinking about playing Enchantress for LobsterCon. We were going back and forth between ourselves about, with me having no experience on Enchantress, Sylvan Library versus Miri's Guile, and we were both on the Sylvan Library train, but I think the Enchantress Discord switched him on to the Miri's Guile.
Yeah, Sylvan Library is just like an objectively more powerful card
Sure.
across most Magic decks, but you have to look at stuff in context for what the rest of the deck is doing.
Yeah.
Like why would you ever play a Seat of the Synod over an island
Yeah.
unless you were playing an artifact affinity deck, right? So like stuff like that, right? So anyway, you got
Ooh,
a survival down,
I did.
which is you're still gonna get 1 activation, but Josh already has the seal.
Yeah, and I've got a second survival in my hand, which is good. Josh hit Argothian and Enchantress Presence off this Miri's Guile activation though, so I don't know which one he took because he's holding it too close to the chest. I'm guessing it was the Presence, just because it's the more expensive. Or it might have been the Argothian Enchantress, because then he gets to draw off the Presence next turn. But I don't think there's a wrong
Well,
way to
he
eat this
can.
Oreo.
He's
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
he's gonna make 4 mana with the Sanctum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
he's got 3 white floating. Yep. And then he can play the Guile and draw a card and still have enough green mana left over to cast the Presence and draw a card.
Yeah,
Yeah. We're
that's pretty
counting we're
strong.
counting we're counting mana. I usually just use colored dice on
Oh,
top
that's
of the
fair.
lands that I tapped him with,
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
this is totally reasonable just to have like a basic land
Yeah.
it's nice for the
order
stream
with.
Yeah, it is. It
to
is.
do it
Yeah.
this way.
For sure. So, Galen, I get 1 activation survival here with another survival in my hand. What do I get, do you think?
Oh man, I mean, so you don't have any other creatures, right? So
No.
probably
I
you
have a
have
I have a
to get
shapeshifter
the
in my
squeeze.
hand. So I gotta discard. Yeah, I
Oh, you
think
have
I
to,
go with the
oh, you have to
squee,
split
yeah.
up, you're gonna lose it. So yeah, I think you probably have to get the squeeze here.
I
I don't
think
know.
so, because you then drop the second survival. I'm also sitting on a gemstone. Mine is my third mana source, which is less than
Yeah,
ideal. Um,
it is less.
Mm.
if I had a second creature, I might even get Birds of Paradise, to be honest with you.
I mean, I actually thought from your perspective of casting the survival not with the gemstone mana
Mm-hmm.
and not activating in response,
Mm,
on hopes that you talk to the creature. I don't know if it's correct or not, but
right.
just like that gemstone is, it's a little bit dicey in your spot.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So to play the second survival, I attack like a good player. Good job, me. And I hit.
Good job.
Thank you. I hit Palinchron. Which, what kind of lines does that open up, Galen, for the Palinchron and the survival?
Oh man, I mean, it almost makes me wish that you'd done what I suggested.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so obviously the Palinchron is in the deck because when you cast or unearth a shapeshifter, you with the Palinchron on top, you get to untap all of your lands. You in this game state might end up just untapping the 2 if you, oh, actually, you might actually be in a situation where you bury the Palinchron
Mm-hmm.
with your second blue source. So you have to be really. I don't even know if you do it end of turn here. It's a
Yeah.
tough call.
Yeah, I have
But
to
yeah,
draw
I
a
mean,
land, I
I think
think. If I don't draw a land, I'm in a lot of
you're just.
trouble.
That's fine. You've got to draw a land. I mean, it kind of makes sense.
There's 19
Um,
left in the deck. It's not the worst draw. Josh did not hit action here though. Chris, what is Josh looking for here instead of the second
but
Enchantress?
I'll point out you need a
Like it,
blue land to
literally
really
any
go up.
enchantment.
Yeah.
Literally any enchantment or a shuffle effect. Like a grove would be good here.
Yeah.
He hit a second enchantress, so basically now if he hits one enchantment, he clears the top of his library and
Mm-hmm.
then gets to dig into something deeper. So he just wants to see anything. Like this is like the point where everything looked good on Josh's side, but if he just bricks on the top, like it's gonna give you enough time to kind of just like mad dash. Yeah, there you go,
Yeah.
wall of roots. That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say, like if you had another creature card in your hand, and you didn't have to go for squee,
Mm-hmm.
getting a wall of roots seems like a great way to just go up on mana.
Yeah.
This is really
Yeah,
highlighting, Carl, how the game could have gone different if you had preserved gemstone counters. I'm not saying it
Yeah.
was correct,
No, I agree. Yeah.
but
Because yeah, the key thing with Full English Breakfast for folks that are not super familiar with it, the Walrus Shapeshifter changes what it is based on the top card of your graveyard. Top card, not any card. So if the top card of your graveyard is a creature, that's what the Walrus Shapeshifter is. I want it to be Palinchron, so I get to untap all my lands. The problem is the Gemstone Mine is on one counter, and when it removes that last counter, it dies. So as Galen said, it
right.
buries the Palinchron, and I don't get to untap my lands because it's no longer a Palinchron when enters play.
Yeah.
I hate Gemstone Mine so
what are your
much.
last two cards that we can't see?
That is an excellent question. I can't see them
Looks
yet.
like a Triskelion and something else.
Yeah, I think I drew
You got to
Triskelion.
try.
And I think it's
Oh,
Intuition. I think there's an Intuition in my hand too, because I think it was in my opening hand. Come on,
man,
Carl.
gemstone counter is it's killing us.
Mm-hmm. I cannot tell you if I had $1 for every game that I was not able to win because of Gemstone Mine, I'd have at least $10.
But let's just be clear here. You're in a good spot, I think, because if
Mm-hmm.
he does not, if he doesn't find a way to disrupt you, and there's many things you can find to do that,
Mm-hmm.
um, then what you're going to be able to do is play the shifter on your turn
Mm-hmm.
and lose the gemstone mine. That's fine. It's gone, and then you'll be able to. Yeah, so I think you found a land.
It's not a
Excellent.
blue source though. It's not a blue source.
It's fine. It's fine. You've got that's a Yavimaya Coast, right? So I think what you do
Yeah.
here, yeah, you've got it because you play the shifter, and then
I
you've
don't
got
have
two
Trike.
green. Oh, I thought you had Trike in
I
hand.
thought I did too.
It was
Chris was us.
Devourer.
Yeah, it's
I
Devour.
have Trike.
So I
Okay,
have
so in
It is
that
Devourer.
so in that case, what you need to do is the same thing, but you're going to win it as upkeep with
mm-hmm.
the olive roots.
Yeah, because I can get the information I need with the duress. Check
I
his
don't think you
hand.
bother with German.
I think you have to, because if you don't, you open yourself up to dying to plow or any removal spell or anything. I mean, it's really just plow here, but like,
It's just plow. I don't know if you can do you have the mana for this?
yes, because I can cast the shapeshifter with the gemstone mine and the Yamai Coast. I can use the wall of roots to survival away the devourer, and then get the Triskelion, and then use the Triskelion during his upkeep. Yeah, so I kill him on his upkeep. Because Josh,
Yeah.
like Chris said, he bricked. He didn't draw an enchantment when he needed to.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
you
that's the
were
thing,
you were
like,
potentially just dead on board there if you
Definitely.
just like actually hit any.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
If you give him a turn, you're very he hit the
Very
advantage
favored
or
to win.
advantage mark goes way in his favor.
All right, so here what I'm doing is I'm exiling cards to my Shapeshifter Devourer, adding counters to it, and then I will eventually, during Josh's upkeep, survival away the Triskelion, and then throw all those. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. I don't know. I'm doing it during his upkeep. I'm sorry, I'm misremembering things.
We must be in his upkeep now.
We're in his upkeep. Yeah. Because if I do it on my turn, it doesn't do anything. Cause it ends up just dying.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do it during his upkeep. I make my Devourer big, and then I throw all the 1/1 counters at him with Triskelion. Another Miri's Guile opening. I'm sure you always love to see that.
you would rather have like a ramp.
Really?
Card,
Oh,
like
okay.
Wild
Yeah.
or exploration against like a fast deck. Like
That's true. Yeah.
In this matchup, I agree. but I do blame you, Chris, for Enchantress's like current realm of domination, largely on the back of the Formulary's Guile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I
it's
just
just
I will never not be smug about the Four Mirrors Guile. Everyone hated it. I'm like, you guys, like, you have to look at this in context. Like, it's literally
Mm.
perfect for this
you
deck.
were right from long before it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
So Josh does not have the turn to Enchantress this game. I don't think he had last game either, but he's setting himself up nicely for like an Enchantress's presence next turn, but I can't see the rest of his hand. I don't know what he's got going on. This seems like a pretty slow opening.
Yeah, he's wild growthing the land that was used to pay for the wild growth. So that means he, I guess, doesn't have a grove or anything in hand.
Yeah, that'd be my assumption. Ooh, okay. The
Oh,
melee mage
oh,
that
what do you need here?
is not my fall barrel list. I think I named Swords of Plowshares. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
It's the
because
cheapest interaction piece he has.
it's the cheapest interaction piece. I mean, it's tempting to name Argothian here because
Mm-hmm.
it shuts down half of his engines, but not the other half.
Yes, but if he had Argothian, he would have played it last turn because he could have he could have
Oh,
wild growth his
that's,
brushland and then
oh
just
yeah.
cast
So
the Argothian.
presence. You're right. Yeah, you name presence
Presence
there
could have been an
if you
option
want to
too.
set it
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Presence could have been an option. I think I just want to I've got a survival in my hand. I just want to try and win. I got 2 survivals. Man,
Yeah,
I'm really good at drawing that card.
no, I like the. I don't see your hand well enough to have a sense of what your lines are.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in a situation where swords is gonna disrupt you, I think that's the right name.
I don't know if it is because I have double plow and he drops turn 3 parallax wave, which my melee mage doesn't matter anymore.
I mean, it's a thing.
It sure is a
What does
thing.
it matter?
He doesn't even need to use it right now. Anyway,
No, he doesn't. He's under no pressure at all.
he's happy. He's happy taking 2 a turn.
Yep. Does he take the bait? He does not take the bait. He takes the damage. Good job, Josh.
Disciplined.
Mm-hmm. I
Take
feel
the
like
2.
a
Yeah.
lot of people would just remove the melee mage there. A lot of people just remove that. Save the damage.
You would be surprised how many times you find yourself in a situation where you are low on counters on wave and you need that extra buffer for a removal spell, like once you get Opalescence out, or you need it to self-target and then, do it again in response to some removal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
definitely.
just want to highlight here, like this is an example of the advantage of classic Fab compared to Hermit, because I do feel like even though Hermit Fab is like a little bit better at slipping under Enchantress's, winning before it gets set up conceivably, I think the classic Fab has the better matchup against Enchantress, specifically because it doesn't need to half the time Hermit needs to survive, and it's so hard to make it survive against the swords and the wave. And here's the combo.
Mm-hmm.
But you've still got outs with survival in play here.
Yeah, well, I don't have survival anymore, but
Oh, you're losing it, right?
I had survival. I do not anymore. So I get to get the monk
Okay.
realist. So I do get to disrupt the opalescence parallax wave combo. So Chris, could you describe us how the opalescence parallax wave combo works for the newer people?
Yes. So Opalescence makes every other enchantment in play, no matter who controls it. So your opponents and yours, makes every other enchantment a creature with power and toughness equal to its casting cost.
Mm-hmm.
This makes Wave a 4/4 creature, which is now eligible for targeting with Wave. You can hold priority by targeting your opponent's creatures, and then before those exile abilities resolve, you can have Wave self-target, leave, come back in, reset back to 5 counters, and then when those pending exile triggers resolve, the Wave is no longer the same object, and they're exiled forever.
Yeah,
And
so
you can also save itself from removal forever. So
yeah, it's pretty strong. Pretty strong.
so So Josh used that to get rid of your meddling mage and your survival, which is great. But you
Mhm.
used it to use survival to go get a realist, which is used to get rid of the opalescence, which you can't protect
Right.
with wave because the opalescence is not a creature. The only way you could do that is if you had two
Two of them.
opalescences,
Yeah.
which would make each other creatures. Yeah.
Okay. So I like Josh's removal of the Birds of Paradise here because it's effectively a Stone Rain.
It's a
Ooh.
stone rain. Yep.
Aura of Silence is tough. That is a real tough thing when he
Why?
just got rid of my birds.
Right, that hurts a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
So
in hand. Why did you what is in your graveyard right now?
Just on Earth.
Is your realist in the graveyard?
No, Realist got exiled because I used it to get rid of his Opalescence.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And I
okay. So
lost.
I pulled up my notes,
Mhm.
my game notes. Against Classic Feb, Lifetime, I'm 5-0.
Mm.
And against Hermit Feb, I'm 1-1. And against Angry Hermit, which is a different deck, like the Angry Gold deck, I'm
Mhm.
also 3-3. So about 50%. It's very close. But
Mhm.
Classic Feb, yeah, undefeated. I've never, I think, yeah, I'm 10-2 in games.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
strong.
Okay,
Classic
so that's
Very favored then. Yeah.
Hermit
you're
is like really scary. Yeah, Hermit's really fast.
It's
That's the
fast. Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. Hermit can theoretically win on turn 2. If you have
Yep.
the Elvish Spirit Guide into Hermit and to activate Hermit on Earth, you can just win the game on turn 2. Classic Feb does
Yep.
not have that. Classic Feb, I think the earliest can win is turn 3 with like the nut draw. Josh, you need to stop. This is not okay.
yeah, okay. Josh was setting up a fortress here.
Yep.
So yeah, your data cuts against my perceptions, which is probably more reliable.
No, my vibes matter more than your perception, than your data. My vibes matter the most. All right.
So
So,
here's the problem though, is if Josh now has no more counters on this wave.
mm-hmm,
So that means the wave is going away one turn earlier
mm-hmm.
than if he hadn't exiled the Wall of Roots, which look, I get it. You're trying to play the mana denial plan, but here we go. Like no Oh no, intuition. Yeah, so Josh has no real shuffle effects going on right now,
Mm-hmm.
and now you are gonna play intuition. So what do we get here, Galen?
Well, he's got one card in hand, right? So the discard package isn't very
Right.
attractive. You've got
I definitely get Ray of
you've got one
Revelation, right?
survival in hand.
Yeah, I got a
You
survival in hand. Yeah.
probably you probably get Ray of Revelation. Um, you just have to remove the Auramancer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're getting therapy.
I guess
Bunch of
it's
flashback cards.
yeah. That's really just it's just value intuition there, right?
I think it makes. I don't know because you have to get the Ray of Revelation. I don't know
Looks like I cut some number
what.
of therapies. So I only see the one in my deck.
Okay, I don't remember exactly how I sideboard against Enchantress, but
Yeah. And then the throwaway card, which is a wall of roots. Congratulations, third wheel.
Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't, it's almost like free to just get it, right?
For
Because
sure,
he
yeah.
doesn't want to give you two of those cards. I guess he could give you the therapy of his hand sucks. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
probably just give you the therapy, especially if it's like the one card is like a land.
Mm-hmm.
He might just be on stone nothing.
yeah, I wasn't sure if you should just get like. Did you have another Wall of Roots left in your deck there? Because I could see two
I
Wall
think
of Roots.
so. I think so. Yeah, maybe I should have just gotten another wall roots. So I bricked. I tanked there for a little bit. That's why there's the edit. So I don't think Josh was tanking with his Miri's Guile. So yeah, it was me that was thinking.
Okay, so
Uh,
Josh reveals a Guile in hand, which he doesn't need to play. He's probably
yep,
saving it for
an
having an Enchantress.
Enchantress.
So
Yeah.
the wave dies, you get your birds and your Wall of Roots back, and Josh is just
Oh, he just hit Argothian Enchantress, but he doesn't have a second enchantment to go after that. He just has the one with the Miri's Guile. Interesting. So I've got the mana now to cast my survival, but I don't think I have a creature in hand. Actually, heads up from Josh not giving me the Wall of Roots because that would have been a creature for the survival activation.
I think I like the 2 olive roots if you had another one.
Yeah, I
For your
may
intuition.
not have. I think. Yeah, I might have sided one out. I don't know.
You could have
That's a good
also
point.
went birds.
Yeah. Oh,
I
I've
just
got
yeah,
Squee. Okay.
I don't. Therapy is he's playing off the top of his deck at this point.
Yeah.
I think he had a replenish, right? Was that a replenish that I saw? Oh, I guess not, because it would have been because he played. Oh, I think he drew. I think the top three was Enchantress, Guile, and Replenish. I think the card in his hand is Replenish. In which case, I would have hid that from further discard. Because the Replenish just
Yeah.
wins the game, right?
Yeah. I don't
He didn't
think.
have enough.
Oh, he didn't have enough to
Yeah,
cast it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You could have just cast the Replenish and not had the Enchantress, and that would have been fine.
Yeah. I
And
don't.
maybe he's trying to like see if you can commit more to the board so the Replenish is juicier. But I like
Right.
only playing one Guile and drawing the second Guile and leaving the Replenish safe on top. If he has
Yeah.
the Replenish, I think he has one, but
I don't know that he does. I don't think he would have cast it if he had it, because like if he had it, he would have cast it because he just has Opal Wave again. It is incredibly unlikely I can disrupt it. I guess never mind. I have Revelation, so no. If he has it, he probably doesn't cast it here.
the other thing I'm
but he
going to say
wouldn't have been
here is
able to play the Enchantress and the Replenish because he only had 6 mana.
Yeah. All right. So Intuition again.
Okay.
Forest.
Going down to 8.
yeah, honestly, you could have just thrown a land into that last pile. I actually really don't like the therapy.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I don't like it is because you cost yourself a mana to flashback um the Ray of Revelation. Like
Right.
you're still confronting that Ray of Revelation here. But if you had removed that, you would be able to put the survival into play, force him to disenchant, or seal cleansing it, and then maybe be able to.
The problem is he's got the aura, and the aura really chokes my ability to play survival and activate it.
You have to Ray of Revelation the Aura of Silence.
Yeah.
Like that's why are you doing it this way? I don't know.
I have the second survival in my hand, so I want to bait him into using it.
You're saving the Ray for something else. But my concern here is that he's just gonna find Replenish and the game's gonna end.
Yeah, that's definitely a risk. I think I have the Cabal Therapy as a insurance policy for the turn I go for it, but that could be incorrect as well. So it looks like it's Seal, Windswept Heath, and something that did not look relevant.
Wild Growth.
Yeah.
Wild Growth, yeah.
So he's got a couple of enchantments, but he's going to draw into... So he has basically a fresh draw. Because he's going to play one enchantment to another one.
It's brush land that's in his hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so he doesn't have access to Replenish. It was a brush land that I saw that I thought was Replenish.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that brush land is not really that great right now.
Not so much, yeah.
Okay.
His fresh draw is end of the land.
But the Heath is so important with all the Guiles in play.
Yeah, that's true.
The Heath is amazing.
All right, so Seal Cleansing.
Right, what do you get here? What do you have in hand? I can't
I have Psychotog, Squee, Land, and I think Survival.
You can't quite afford... Oh, is the Wall of Roots live?
The Wall of Roots is live. It's got 3 counters on it.
Okay, so you can assemble... Gosh, are you going to be able to... Can you win this? Can you win this the hard way?
No, not with the seal cleansing and the aura of silence in play.
Because the aura of silence going to bury it.
Exactly. The survival will bury the Palinchron.
But you can get all... Why are you getting Palinchron here? I think you should just get the 3 combo pieces. I think at this point you just get Shapeshifter, Strike, and
just over a couple turns.
Shapeshifter,
yeah.
Strike, and Devourer, and it takes 3, 4, 5, it takes 7 minutes.
I can cast Psychotog here and manipulate my graveyard. That's, I think, what my game plan is.
Oh, you've got the Psychotog in hand.
I do have the Psychotog in hand, yeah.
That makes sense, yeah. How much mana do you have here? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you've got 7 mana.
7, yeah.
Did you have just 1 here?
No, because he's got the seal and the ornament, the seal and the
You don't need it. What if you had the combo rolled up in hand? you could play the shifter.
Because
And then
shifter is an activated ability. It's not a cost to discard.
sure.
So he can
But
respond between the interactions, between the activations, and get
does he
rid
have swords in
bury
hand?
it. No, because so it's 2 mana to discard a creature, right? Or discard a card. I discard Devour. I then activate Shapeshifter a second time to discard the Triskelion. He then just destroys my survival. Oh, if I don't have survival in play, I guess I could do it. Yeah,
You still have survival in play.
yeah. I still have, if I have survival in play, which I didn't there, but
Sorry.
yeah, I didn't have the combo pieces to do both, so it's a possibility I could have done that. Yeah, not
I
on I
think
saw
I think that you I think you could have won there if you'd assembled
the
if
combo
you just
pieces
gotten
first.
all
Yeah,
the 3 pieces in hand.
yeah, for sure.
All right.
I think that was a
So
window.
top of Josh's library was, I think, 3
Garbo.
lands potentially.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah,
shuffling it
so
away. Yeah,
he's shuffling in between. Yeah, I mean, this is like kind of the last turn for Josh. Like he needs the top of his deck to like really be good.
yeah.
Like, I mean, hitting a replenish would be great. Let's see. Okay, so he gets another white source.
It would buy
He's
time.
got
but-
he's got plenty of white sources,
Yeah,
but
I'll say Enchantress' presence would be good here just to get the extra draw, but yeah, Replenish is
You
really
really
what's
need
going to close out the
Replenish.
game. Well, Replenish doesn't even close out the game because like I have the Rare Revelation in my graveyard, so I can get rid of his. He's got a Parallax
Is
Wave.
that replenish?
Nope, it's
Oh,
Parallax
Wave,
Wave.
okay.
Yeah.
wave. Yeah, a wave is. I mean, wave is pretty good.
Is it good enough?
Well, no, not
If
with,
I were
not with,
Josh, if I were Josh, I would be firing the seal off onto the survival to make you act
Mm-hmm.
and get the wrong card with imperfect information,
Right.
and then play the wave and blow you out afterwards.
That looks like it's what he's going to do. Okay. So yeah.
You always want to give
no,
your
it's
opponent
not.
a chance to make a mistake or make a decision with imperfect information.
Yeah. Galen, do you remember what my other card was?
I-
I think it was an Intuition, but I don't remember for sure.
I think that's right.
Okay.
But I think you're fine just activating, discarding Squee and getting Devourer here.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
can
no.
discard Squee, get Devourer, then discard the Devourer to get Triskelion, and then I can use Psychic Dog to clean up my graveyard, and then
I don't know
discard
that, no, you can't. You can't do that.
No.
Oh, you check it out and play, you can clean it up. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Right, you can.
Oh, he's playing the wave first so that you'll know about it.
Okay.
Interesting. I think he's trying to use the seal to permanently exile
To wrath
your
my board.
creatures.
Yeah. Yeah, he's holding priority. Yep. That I think is the death knell.
But you could, can't you answer this with a Ray of Revelation?
No, because it's the activations of the Parallax Wave are still on the stack. It's the same as if he were to seal it.
Oh, because he had two effects.
Yep, so I'm forcing him to get rid of his Aura of Silence. And then I discard the Devourer here. I'm out. Oh, no, I'm not out of mana, but I can get Triskelion and I can just do the full combo.
Now he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, this was such a tight game.
Wow, yeah.
I lost track of how much mana you had. Okay, right.
So survival's still in play because the seal the Aura of Silence activation on the stack. He's gonna try and exile the Shapeshifter, but it doesn't matter because I have the Devourer in my graveyard already.
You basically waited till his turn because you needed the Wall of Roots mana?
I needed not 2 disenchant effects to be in play, I think.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because I had the City of Brass still untapped.
Once you remove the second disenchant effect, you were clear.
Yeah. So, Chris, do you think he should have sealed before he played the wave?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So if he seals the survival, you ray in response.
Mm-hmm.
I think you had it either way, actually, because you would just go for it in response to the wave combo.
Right.
And he
That's
had
wild.
he had a pat. He just hit a bunch of lands on
Yeah,
top.
Josh
But
had a
this
lot of
is
bricks. Yeah.
so this has been like my biggest issue with like the 23 land version is like I'm not saying that I never have this happen to me in the 21 land version because it happens there too. Like sometimes
Hmm.
it's just variance, but like you have a higher chance of breaking off and hitting a lot of lands,
Right.
and you it's hard for you to like keep going, and it looks like that happened basically like both games in a row for Josh.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
if he'd drawn
So
like
there's
one
definitely a
more enchantment
cost.
instead of a land, he would have been in very good shape.
Golden.
Definitely.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, you found the exact like window to go for it, and you went for it. So I thought that was well played on your side,
Thank you.
and it was well played on Josh's side too. I think I don't see any like mistakes that he really made. I think you just pretty much had it regardless. I think Josh
Mm.
was just like stuck with the top cards of his deck. He couldn't do anything
Stuck
about
with what
them.
he had. Yeah, it wasn't all you could do about it. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That is a lot of Magic games for sure.
I do think that Carl, your side of this match was more interesting in terms of like the decision tree that you had versus Josh's.
Hmm.
Like I feel like I would have navigated your decision tree differently.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if my maybe my decision tree doesn't like end up with the win the same way yours does. Like
Hmm.
I would have been tempted to use that Ray of Revelation much earlier, not have the discipline to save it on the aura of silence
Hmm.
to sort of like get going earlier on. But you like very disciplined, save that, and it paid off. So yeah, props.
I was worried about a replenish. Like as I told Josh, I think I told Josh at the end of the match. Like I was just worried if he hit replenish at any point in that match, if I use the Ray, I just lose. I can't win anymore.
Right.
Absolutely.
The ray gives you the ability to take the opalescence away.
Hmm.
You lose your creatures regardless, but like it still stops the combo from happening like after that first initial like
Right.
wave clearing, and then you can potentially try to rebuild
Which is
after
tough,
that.
but
So
it's an option as opposed to no option, right?
yeah. I mean, otherwise you're just dead. So like,
Yeah. I'd rather not be just dead. That seems like a good plan.
because you're a smart player, Carl.
Thank you. Thank you. I thought I played that correctly, but yeah, I going like the big mistake, if there's any big mistakes, was that first intuition or the second one where I got the ray, the therapy, and the wall. Galen, I think you're right. Maybe getting a second wall might have been better if it was on my deck, which I think there was.
Using the wall of birds or land is better. And
Yeah.
then for the third intuition, or not the intuition, when you were your survival activations, I
Hmm.
don't know if you had a window to maybe you lose the swords to plowshares specifically, but I think you might have had a window to uh, assemble the full combo in hand,
Hmm.
such that if he removes the survival, you can just naturally discard
Right.
using Shifter's ability combo. And if he doesn't, then obviously you're playing at split second speed and it doesn't matter.
Right.
But I'm not sure I have them. I want to go back and watch it again once this posts
Mm.
because I don't know if I had the land count correct.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
you need 7 mana to make that work.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
I want to look. I want to go back and watch this too because I'm wondering if there was like an opportunity to blow up your survival on like with the seal on your turn, like
Right.
on your end step, for example, or like maybe even before the shapeshifter resolves.
I think you have
Um,
to do it before the Psychotog resolves. I think that's the big one, actually, is the Psychotog, not the Shapeshifter.
Yeah, second attack was huge. Like once you got that in play.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Because that second ability to exile cards from the graveyard really, it just, you're playing a completely different game at that point. Like, you just get to break all the rules of all a Shapeshifter and do whatever you want. But yeah, wild match.
Really interesting match. I mean, on both sides because yeah, you're right, Chris. Like the way that Josh was like sequencing his spells and whether he's doing things on his turn or on Carl's turn, like really could have made subtle differences there. So
Mm-hmm.
I do want to go back and look at this again because it was really interesting.
I'm so sorry. It will not be up for another month.
Well, fine, I'll be
I'll link
patient.
you. I'll link you guys to the video when I put it up on YouTube. I won't put it on. I won't schedule it so you can watch it sooner rather than later.
awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for joining me. I super
You know
appreciate it.
that You know that we're big nerds when we want to rewatch the match that we just commentated.
I know,
on.
right? Yeah, no, I do the same thing. I
That's
do the
right.
same thing. I have to be disciplined and not
Lovely.
rewatch it until I commentate it, because otherwise I just have too much information to go off of, and I don't think it's as interesting to watch.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah, this was fun. Thanks for having us on again.
Yeah, no, it's super
yeah.
fun. Yeah, no,
Thanks for the invite. This was very, very cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Nicely played.
Thank you. Unfortunately, we don't have the finals on camera, which was me versus Dave Raska, but Dave just like straight up steamrolled me. There was no. I think I resolved a survival. No, I didn't resolve anything because he foiled my turn 2 survival. I resolved a Birds of Paradise and a Cabal Therapy between the 2 games. That was it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
I got him in the Fall Brawl though.
Yeah.
I got him 2-1 in Fall Brawl in my 3rd round match. So I got my revenge where it mattered.
Nice. Was that just like a string of discard spells?
Yeah, I just discarded all of his stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, I guess it didn't matter, because I guess it mattered in this tournament because Dave got to win the trophy and the Pog Slammer, which
Oh wow.
I would have loved to have that Pog Slammer. It was sweet, but it would have been very self-serving to keep the Slammer that I had commissioned for the event. So same with the trophy. So I'm glad I went to Dave.
Hey,
Dave
man.
deserved it.
Nice.
I mean that you can't blame Dreadnought for winning. Like it's a good deck.
That's like blaming the rain for making things wet. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Fair enough.
all right, guys. Well, it is super late where I am. I know you guys still have a lot of evening ahead of you, but I need to get to bed. So thank you again for joining me. It was super fun to hang out with you guys. And for all the viewers, hope you enjoyed it. And for Chris, Galen, and myself, thank you so much. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll hopefully see you in another one sometime soon.